Words. Words are like clouds. They float as effortlessly as feathers, but they can be as heavy as boulders. Hello, my name is Samuel Amudzi, and you can call me Wordsmith Sam. And I want to welcome you specially to this program, Voices from the Forge. This is a radio podcast where I will share with you words. Light words, heavy words, moving words, captivating words. Words that I have forged from my experiences and observations into beautiful poetry just for you. I will share with you some background information about the pieces that I read and the inspiration behind the piece. Trust me, it's going to be a beautiful journey as we reflect and discuss certain issues of life, things that make us human. However, in this premiere episode, I'm going to share with you some poetry of my origin. As the British author Alexander McCall quoted in a work, that every man has a map in his heart of his own country, and that the heart will never allow you to forget this map. Well, my heart will never allow me to forget my country, Ghana. And this episode is dedicated to my country of origin. And what better poem to represent Ghana than its national anthem? This anthem was originally written and composed by Philip Beho, and though it was revised over time, there are some disputes as to the lyricists of this current version, but that is a matter for another day. That is not the focus of our discussion today. Our discussion is the words of the song that we have been singing every morning, I think, when we were in school. The song carries the hopes and dreams of the country of my birth. In reading this work, one main theme that pervades it is freedom. This is the crust of the hope and vision of Ghana. Freedom for its citizens and Africa as a whole. I will read the first and last stanza for the purposes of this show. Please enjoy. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility, make us cherish fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore. Raise high the flag of Ghana, and one with Africa advance. Black star of hope and honor to all who thirst for liberty. Where the banner of Ghana freely flies, may the way of freedom truly lie. Arise, arise, O sons of Ghana land, and under God march on forevermore. Wow. This song was conceived at the birth of a new nation. A nation that desired to break free of colonial and imperialist rule and set its own glorious course into the future. When you listen to the words, you hear this yearning for freedom. Though the colonial journey and struggle is past, freedom is one thing that we keep fighting for. Even today, the struggle is not past. So singing this song, it reminds us to continue fighting for the freedom and the liberty of every individual, not only Ghanaians. And that is why this song never ceases to be such an amazing source of inspiration for young Africans everywhere. It is beyond a doubt that one of our greatest needs as humans is love. Love pervades every fiber of our being. Be it the love of a place, a thing, or even a someone, every person's greatest desire is to be loved sincerely. It is also common knowledge that when we don't love something deeply, we tend to lose it. This next piece is one of my own writings titled Long Pledgy. This is an Ewe phrase that means, love me with your heart. Interestingly, it was also the name of an eatery my auntie owned in Tema, one of the towns in Ghana's capital, Accra. For me, growing up, it was a place of memory and nostalgic joy. And in this poem, a lover pours out their heart out to another. This lover calls for real love and not the shallow kind. It implores the lover not to take them for granted, for they will soon be gone. This piece was written in November 2014. Please enjoy. Long Pledgy. You are wearing my heart on your sleeve. You are wearing me out with this love of yours. Long Pledgy. Hide me within the vault of your heart, away from the rains and the dirt. Who wouldn't want to be hidden in the heart, away from fickle moods? Long Pledgy, it is my singular plea. Long Pledgy, it is a place where we used to be, a place of memories. There were rains then, but we were locked deep within each other's heart. But now, I am hanging around your wrist and screaming above the din of all the other things you have gathered around you. I am screaming, Long Pledgy. This is my plea. Hide me within your heart. For hanging here, I shall soon be gone. And you won't even know. And you won't even know. Long Pledgy. Long Pledgy. Mega long pleko. Now, bringing this poem home, it only goes to reiterate the fact that we must love sincerely. Be it our country, or even this planet, we must love it sincerely. Today, the world is battling climate change, human rights crisis, political upheavals, so on and so forth. But I believe that these will be considerably eased if we showed love to the country of our birth, to the land that we live on. If we loved sincerely. Long Pledgy. Pain and loss are universal denominators. From every part of the world, death has the same toll on every human. Regardless of your language or country of origin, it has us singing the same song of pain, sorrow, and loss. And this song sometimes can be so overwhelming, so deafening. But we turn our focus to something else that humans share, which is more than this communal sentiment of sorrow. This is the far more superior language of human resilience, of strength, and of defiance in the face of adversity. I wrote this next poem after the funeral of my very much beloved grandfather. It was at his funeral that I met this wizened, diminutive old woman called Nunekbeku. Ama Nunekbeku. Nunekbeku is a phrase, it's an ever phrase that means shame on death. Though we were grieving, this woman's attitude at her age just struck a special chord in me. She was babbling forth with songs. She seemed to be a compendium of all songs, and she lifted the spirit of everyone that was at the funeral that day. Even now I can clearly remember her voice singing. It was then that I made the decision to write this piece. To write this poem, a poem that will not extol death or glorify my grief, but defy death. I wrote this poem to celebrate the fact that though life may corner us and have us outnumbered, there is always a reason to be hopeful and rejoice. Nunakbaku. Here is to you because you understand, because you have plundered the plunderer. The thief who comes like the owner, who walks in and claims like he possesses, came in around the corner that Saturday morning. He had betokened the harbor for morning, for that's all he leaves behind. So he strutted in like a god, ready to receive his worship of tears, only to hear the joyous Agbaja rhythm and the spirited thumping of feet. How could they? Wasn't this the house from which he stole a man from his pregnant wife? He had come to revel in his works. For he lives in arid places, they say. Our salty tears quenches his thirst. He grows mighty in our pining, and our sighs refreshes him. Thus the thief was weakened at the sight of the joyous celebration. How could they have stolen his tribute of sorrow from him? What was there to celebrate? A baby. A newborn girl has stolen the mighty thief's plunder when she couldn't even crawl. A baby. And her name? It sent the thief biting his icy lips in shame. He was blown away by the dust that rose at the dancer's feet. Ama Nunakbaku. Nunakbaku. Shame on death. Shame on the thief. Shame on the cheat, because the living will always have a cause to celebrate. Nunakbaku. Since this premiere episode celebrates my origin, it is befitting to end this premiere episode with a piece that is very popular in Ghana. Originally written in Twi, this song exalts all Ghanaians and enjoins young people to take charge of the land because it's their responsibility. This piece was composed by Dr. Ephraim Amu. I will read it in Twi and read the translation. Please enjoy. Yen nara yasasini. Yen nara yasasini eya bodindin mayen. Moja na nanum shigu nyade to ho mayen. Edrume ne wonso so. Se yebe bia to aso. Nimdie ntra so nkotonkrane nimpesemi nkuminya. Edi embre mu dem ama ya asase hodo ato se. Omano sebeye yo. Omano serinye yo. Eyensen na wo se. Omanfo bra nechre. Omano sebeye yo. Omano serinye yo. Eyensen na ho se. Omanfo bra neyenchre. What a priceless heritage, acquired with the blood of our ancestors that was shed for us. It is now our turn to continue with our ancestors, to continue what our ancestors started. Bragging of educational achievements or useless greed for material things and bad lifestyles are destroying our nation and disgracing it. This is our own native land. Whether or not this nation prospers, Whether or not this nation prospers clearly depends on the character of the citizens of the nation. Whether or not this nation prospers clearly depends on the character of the citizens of the nation. Thank you. Alright folks, this has been the Voices from the Forge, a poetry podcast produced by Radio Zane. Executive producers are Benjamin Osei and Flora Annie. This poem was narrated by Samuel Amudzi. Thank you, and thank you so much for listening. Thanks for tuning in again, and we really hope that we keep coming to you every week. But as you know, this is a listener-supported podcast, and in order to keep coming your way, we need your support. So please consider becoming a patron of Radio Zane podcast. To do this, just go to our Patreon page, and it is www.patreon.com/Radio Zane. Again, it is www.patreon.com/Radio Zane. And Patreon is spelled Patreon. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.